Well, this morning I'm standing in front of a big pile of wood. We wanted to have it covered probably 2 months ago, so we're gonna get back to work on that today. All right, Corden just yelled. He's got a problem. He's working on his chores. We're gonna see what's going on. What's going on?
So I let Gia put that in, and she put it in a little too full. So that this hit the bottom there. So it's really hard, but I got it out a little bit, but still not enough.
The bolt?
Yep.
All right, so what you gotta do, come here and look. What usually helps is if I put my thumb right here and push the door in, then it makes the bolt loose.
Thank you for helping.
There you go. Great job, guys.
Good job, Gia. Right there. Hey, hold on, Gia. I don't have poop. I get it.
How many you got?
3. Gia has 1 and I have 2. See, hold on. Let me have it, Gia. See? Look. Gia, can you hold them for me?
All right, we helped them out. Let's go ahead and check eggs in our chickshaw. 1. I guess we'll have to come back. All right, I just came around the corner. The kids have made a little hideout back here. They're watching some YouTube videos and hanging out. So Rock has been here since the end of October. We started adding wood chips about 2 weeks after he got in here. We let him eat up all the grass and pasture that was left. Then we started adding wood chips in the middle of November. So when he gets ready to go to the butcher in April, we're gonna try to build as much composting material as we can in here. We're gonna build this soil up the entire time that he's in here. And then in April, hopefully we're gonna be able to use some of this soil in our garden beds that we're starting. When I was reading Joel Salatin's book, Pastured Poultry Profits, this morning, I learned a new word. The word is pronounced offal. It refers to the waste after a butcher. So all the internal organs, all the waste material that comes from butchering an animal. So in the chapter today, they talked about composting offal, and that's how they get rid of it. They don't bury it, they don't dump it in a pond somewhere or anything like that. They compost it. They build these huge mounds with wood chips. They make sure that there's at least 6 inches of wood chips around the entire perimeter, and then they'll bury the offal in the middle, and then they will keep the wood chips around the edge the whole way up. So they use metal gates. You could also use pallet wood. You could use pallets, and you can build a cube with 4 pallets, and that'll be the perfect size to start the composting process, like we did in our previous couple videos. So he takes all of the offal and he puts it in the center of those piles, and then he leaves it for about 6 months, and then he will actually put that product at the end of those 6 months back through another compost pile to double compost it. Well, we came up to my grandpa's house so that we could get some tools, and he's going to help me with the woodshed. I thought I'd come visit these guys for a little bit. Charlie and Beauty, they've got this whole pasture here. It's probably about half an acre. They've got a shelter to get in out of the wind over there. They're right here next to my grandparents' house. So I came up to get my grandpa's help on the woodshed, but I thought I'd show off his flock a little bit. So when I was about 5 or 6, my grandpa built me a really cool playhouse in town. And I got older, I ended up moving away, so he decided to take it down, and he's turned it into his chicken coop now. Let's check it out. Got perches in here for his birds. Feed in there, water here. So he does run a static coop. He lets them out every day to graze the pasture with the horses. They go all the way to that fence line over there, scratching, tilling the pasture. They love to free range out here. All right, we've got our poles in the ground. We're gonna put our cross braces up and nail them in. Well, we're starting to get the roof framed up. Hopefully we'll get back out here next Friday again and probably work on this some more. This will probably be our Friday project for a couple weeks. So you might ask why we stacked the wood before we built the building. And the answer to that is we didn't plan on building the building until after the wood was already stacked. So I decided to come back here late spring, early summer, I think it was, and I decided to start clearing trees out of this whole area. It was all covered in wooded area, and it was a part of the horse pasture in the back. So I decided to come back here with a chainsaw and clear it all out. I cleared almost back to the creek line back there, and I'm wanting to fence it off to keep the horses out of here and use this entire area for my garden. So when we started going through and dropping all the trees and cutting them up, we just started stacking it all right here, and the pile got bigger and bigger and bigger, and we decided that instead of moving the pile again, we're just going to build the shed right over top of it. Now let's come in here and check our eggs. I'm not checking them as often now. We've collected eggs for a week and put them in the incubator. So now they're scheduled to start hatching around January 20th. I'm gonna give them about their 3 weeks to incubate and hatch. Then we'll clean all the eggs out, get all the baby chicks into the brooder, and then we'll start another week of collecting eggs and getting them back into the incubator. Let's check our boxes. There's 4. So they have really favored these 2 end boxes lately. I'm not sure what causes them to choose certain nesting boxes. Sometimes it doesn't matter how much straw is in it, what color the box is. They just pick a different one every time and they decide to lay their eggs together. I also want to see how good of a job these guys are doing scratching and tilling at the ground. So let's open it up and find out. All right, so they've been here for about 3 days now. There's still grass in here. It is starting to become a muddy mess. This guy is just really becoming a problem. I'm gonna see if I can grab him. Guy, you gotta stay in your house. Look at me. Alright. So I just caught our rooster. Settle down. And then I got a phone call from the kids, so let's go ahead and open this up and get him back in there. All the eggs are safe. Well, that was a little bit more excitement than I was looking for. So now I'm gonna try to get everyone locked up, and then we're gonna have our family Friday pizza night up at Grandma and Grandpa's. But thank you for watching L&R Lifestead.